Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. Just wanted to do a quick little video here now that 2021 is behind us. I know there's probably many people out there like me who just like to gawk at other people's cards on the internet, so I figured I would feed the beast a little bit here by just doing a little bit of quick post 2021 show and tell on my favorite cards that I pulled from the past year. This doesn't necessarily mean the best cards, it's my favorite cards, although they are probably are pretty close to being one and the same. Okay, so we will start off with the most recent of these cards that I pulled. This just came out of a hanger of new Mosaic from Panini. It is the LaMelo Ball True Rookie card, orange, whatever they call these, orange Mosaic, Prism, Hollow, whatever the proper terminology is for these things these days. Orange Prism, I guess. Orange Reactive. Oh, here we go. Mosaic Reactive Orange Prisms. That is kind of a mouthful. So this is LaMelo Ball's True Rookie card. There's a National Pride parallel, and there's a Rookie Debut parallel. This is the True Rookie. So this is probably going to be the most coveted of the three, although I think all of them are pretty cool. This is just a beautiful card. This is already one of my favorite cards I've ever pulled here because it's just a really nice looking card. And LaMelo is kind of what got me really hardcore back into basketball cards here in the last couple of years. It's been kind of my de facto personal collection subject here for the past year, and I know it's really original to collect the most sought after rookie in a rookie class, but that's what I ended up doing. So that's the first card I was going to show you guys. The second is probably the lowest end card in this pile here. It is just a Ryan Mountcastle Top Series 1 rookie card, rainbow foil parallel. It is what it is. I think Ryan Mountcastle is going to be pretty good. I think in 3-4 years, he's going to be a really good player, and he's going to be at the end of his contract. And you know what happens when good players from the Orioles get to the ends of their contracts? They become Yankees, Mets, or Dodgers, and then people, in the hobby get pretty excited about them. I think he's going to be a 50-plus home run guy potentially at some point in his career. Will end up in a bigger market at some point in time, and his stuff will be worth having. I know Topps is Topps, and this stuff is as close to junk wax as we have nowadays. But I think when it's an SP or a parallel of some kind, or there's any scarcity to it whatsoever, I think that's a hell of a lot better than the alternative. And I think this obviously being a little bit more scarce than the Ryan Mountcastle's base, that he could be the best player in baseball in a couple of years. It would still be a $2 card because there's a billion of them out there. Just the sheer fact there's a little bit of at least scarcity to this parallel. I think makes this a pretty decent card. Will never be more than probably a few bucks, but I like it anyway. As I said before, this is just my favorite cards, not necessarily anything that's going to break the bank. So that's card number 2. This is card number 3. This came from, I can't remember if this was a blaster or a fat pack of Bowman a few months back. This is a Ronnie Mauricio Bowman Prospects card. It is not his first Bowman card, I don't believe. It's a gold shimmer, whatever they call them. 35 out of, I can't even see that, 35 out of 50. Just a really nice card. Hopefully Ronnie Mauricio becomes a player. If he does, he's in the New York market. That adds some value, I think, and one of the better pulls of the year from a retail product. I should add here, this is all retail stuff. I'm a retail hoarder, so I know retail in some circles is generally frowned upon, but I do have, or looked down upon as opposed to hobby, but I have college to pay for in a couple of years. I have a mortgage to pay for, and I can't spend hundreds of dollars just on one box of cards. So next up, I love pink parallels. Love, 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 love pink parallels. And I love Jazz Chisholm. I think he's going to be a good player. I think, again, another guy who at some point in time will reach the end of his contract and end up a Yankee, a Met, or a Dodger, or a Cub, or a White Sox, or a whatever, and will be a guy who has a little bit more street cred, whatever term you want to use in the hobby. I love pink parallels. Pulled this out of Topps Chrome. Love it. Staying with Jazz Chisholm, the gold parallel. Again, this is just probably going to be a few dollars, for the long haul here. But again, if there's any scarcity whatsoever, hey, great. This is obviously a gold parallel. It is numbered to 2021, as Topps always does, numbering their gold parallels to the year of the run. And I pulled this out of a break. I bought a Marlins break just to stock up on Jazz Chisholm base rookie cards. Ended up hitting the gold, so that was cool. And then I went on eBay and I bought the SP. I think SPs are a good investment because, as I mentioned before, scarcity. Another Topps baseball product, and I swear here pretty soon we will get out of Topps baseball. This is from an update hanger. This is the Andrew Vaughn throwback Topps Chrome refractor. I just think this is an awesome card. I think the colors are cool because they match the White Sox colors really well. I love Andrew Vaughn. I've said before, I've written a little blog for the Cracked Slab site about how I think he's got some young Miguel Cabrera in him, and I think this is a cool card. So these are really nice cards. I know people don't really value Topps inserts for whatever reason as much, but I think these are really neat, and I think of his rookie cards, this might be one of the more appealing ones here in a couple of years. If he becomes the player I think he'll become. All right, I'm going to skip right over this last Topps card here real quick because I want to get to something else. I came into this year not really intending to do a whole lot with Donruss football, but I saw it and I had to buy stuff and I had to rip stuff because that's how I'm wired. And I was very happy to hit this Trey Lance red press proof, obviously a color match with the 49ers. I think this is a cool card. Hopefully Trey Lance becomes a player. Obviously he's one of the many sought after quarterbacks in this rookie class. Not quite to Mac Jones level of being sought after. Not quite probably to Trevor Lawrence's, but probably right there with Zach Wilson. Hasn't really got his chance yet. Jimmy Garoppolo's hurt now, so Trey Lance is going to get to play a little bit. We'll see what he's made of. I don't anticipate this getting as crazy as Mac Jones prices anytime soon, but it's still a cool card to have. I love color match stuff, especially with rookies, and that's precisely what that is. I never got a Mac Jones base card out of Donruss, but I did get his, whatever they call these, hell, I don't remember. Portrait, thank you. Thank you, back of the card. Mac Jones portrait card, which is a shorter run than the base card. It's sort of your quote-unquote SP from base Donruss, and cool card. Obviously, Mac Jones is hot as hell right now. Is looking like he might be the best quarterback out of that class, although, I think he had an advantage coming in because he went to the most stable franchise, plays for the best coach, and just kind of walked into a functional situation, whereas Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson walked into dumpster fires, and that is never something that's positive for young quarterbacks to walk into. Walking into a situation to get your head beat in and deal with a bunch of kind of distractions around you. Mac Jones walked into the best situation. He's been the best player. I think long term he probably is going to be the best player from that class, the best quarterback. This is going to be a cool card to have, I think, and I'm glad I got it. Speaking of color matches, Najee Harris. This is a gold press proof, again, I think I got this out of a Mega. I got one Mega this year, thanks to Barnes & Noble. And this was the third card out of the first pack, if I recall correctly. So very cool card with a Pittsburgh Steelers color match. Here you go. I know this is a 2017 card, but I was one of the lucky Power Cube buyers this year. Bought a couple of them. The very first one, I pulled this Patrick Mahomes 2017 Donruss rookie. Probably roughly a $200 card. It's in pretty good shape relative to some of the other stuff you pull out of a Power Cube. The problem with this card was it came out of the very first one of these, and it came with a Deshaun Watson and a bunch of other good cards. The problem with that was I was very, very happy I got the cards, but it also compelled me to buy a bunch of other Power Cubes. So at $15 a pop at Meijer, I ended up probably buying 4 or 5 of them, and the first one was really the only one I got some of the high-end stuff out of. That doesn't mean the stuff I got in the other ones was necessarily bad, but I was thinking that I'd kind of hit a gap in the matrix here, and I was gonna pull a Patrick Mahomes out of every one of them, or at least get 2 or 3 to show for it. I only got the one, but that's fine. I mean, this is, I think Patrick Mahomes obviously is going to be an all-time great. I personally think he's going to go down as the Michael Jordan of the NFL one day. I know he hasn't had the greatest season this year, but he's kind of gotten things straightened out here the last couple weeks, and I think he's going to win more Super Bowls. I think he's going to set records, and I think he's going to be an all-time great. Topps Chrome Soccer was an absolute blast to rip this year when you could find it. I had a hard time. I found I found 2 blasters in the wild, bought them both, liked it so much. It's the only product I've ever bought on the secondary market. It's the only product I've ever paid flipper prices for. But I felt pretty good about buying blasters for $50 a pop. My intent was to hold them long term. I can't do that. I can't have unopened wax anywhere near me and not rip it. And precisely that's what happened. When I bought those 4 other blasters, I bought 2 of them off Whatnot, I think, and I bought 2 of them off Facebook. And I pulled this Eduardo Camavinga. I guess this is purple. It is numbered to 250. I don't know anything about soccer, but that's part of what I enjoy about this stuff is ripping stuff that I don't know and then using that to learn about it. From everything I understand, Camavinga is a very promising player, so this is a pretty cool hit. Now, unfortunately, it's got a little bit of a surface nick here, which I hope like hell I didn't create by trying to squeeze it into too narrow a top loader initially. I don't think I did, but I think it was there all along. You can kind of see it in the light there under by his mouth. Still a really, really cool card. I'm very, very happy to have it. Along those same lines, WWE Topps Chrome was a blast to rip this year. And it was accessible. I could find it. Typically, I think long and hard about stuff that I can get. Why can I get it? Because nobody else wants it. Well, I kind of, my theory was that the stuff that nobody else wants, that these companies are going to need market share for as they're about to lose the NBA, Major League Baseball, and NFL exclusivity, is that they would load up these non-mainstream card boxes. And Topps Chrome WWE gave me a couple hits over the, I think, 3 or 4 blasters I bought, including this Riddle autograph. I think it's a cool autograph with a little smiley face. It's a green parallel numbered to 99. Pretty cool. Let's just jump right to the WWE stuff. Staying with WWE, here is a really low numbered red refractor of Asuka. It is 2 out of 5. This is one of the lowest numbered cards I've ever pulled. Awesome card. Just a really, really cool card. Not an autograph or anything like that, but it's so scarce that I'm figuring this is probably $100, $150, $200, whatever it might be. Depending, obviously all it takes is the right buyer. I don't know if I want to sell this though, because this is a really cool card and one of the cooler things I've pulled, especially lately. And then I I've got two of them back to back in a fat top holder here. The other one's Alistair Black, numbered 99, another green parallel. I don't like this one obviously as much as I like this one, but I'm just showing you just because I've got it there. Bought a couple of blasters of WNBA Prism just for kicks. Pulled this down at Tarasi, green parallel Prism signature. Not numbered or anything like that, but she's obviously one of the all-time greats. It's a sticker auto, but you know what? So what? It's a one of the all-time greats autograph cards. So that awesome card. As I mentioned before, LaMelo was kind of my guy in this class. Was very, very excited to get a couple of his parallels or whatever, but I also really like this card. This came out of Chronicles. This is probably like a $2 or $3 card, but I think it's cool. It's his Chronicles Honors card. Just a nice card. A photo you don't see very often. You've probably noticed if you collect this stuff that Panini has a way of using the same photos over and over again on their cards. This is a different photo. This is a different design. This is a nice, high quality looking chromish card. Again, this is just a run-of-the-mill riff-raff kind of card. But the thing I like about Chronicles is you're pulling LaMelo rookies left and right, and you're pulling Anthony Edwards rookies left and right. It's kind of cosmetic, but because those cards aren't going to hold a lot of value, but they're still pretty cool cards, and this is one of my favorites. Now, on to the more intriguing LaMelo stuff. Pulled this out of Select. This is his Prism concourse level Prism, I guess you'd call it. Now, what confuses me about Select this year is they put these cards in hobby and they put these cards in retail. Retail, obviously, the base retail is blue, but they also inserted these cards too. I don't know if this is the same card that would have appeared in the hobby boxes. If any of you know, if you want to leave a mention in the comments or hit me up on Twitter or whatever it might be, I'm curious to know as to whether or not this would be the same card that I pulled out of retail that would be available in hobby. But a really cool card. Probably the best thing. Well, one of the best things you can pull out of Select retail, other than some of the courtside stuff and whatnot. Some of the numbered stuff. This isn't numbered or anything. It's just a cool SP. And then I pulled his holo out of Optic. Was thrilled to death with this one because this is one of the highest things you can pull, or one of the best things you can pull out of Optic. So the most coveted parallel of the most coveted rookie. I know there's some other stuff in Optic, there's autos and whatnot, but in terms of stuff that you can reasonably expect to have a chance to get out of retail, here you go. This is as good as it gets. Unfortunately, of course, there's always something with Panini QC. You probably can't even see it, but there's a little bit of a dimple over the basketball. So if I graded this, it wouldn't jam, which is fine. It's still an awesome card, and it would still probably get a 9 or whatever, but it would be way cooler if it was perfect. I pulled one of his base cards out of the same blaster, and it's perfect. It's a flawless card. I wish the holo had been flawless too, but nevertheless, I'll happily take this and stare at it all day long if I could. Here is, I don't like this card as much as I do the other cards because I think the green is a bad match. It's just an ugly card. But still, the green parallel of LaMelo's Prism rookie, I think, is pretty cool. It was a big pull for me, even though I don't love the card as much as I do some of the others. There is, of course, this particular year with Panini quality control. It's just a matter of figuring out what the problem is. There's going to be a problem somewhere. I don't know if you can even see it here, but over here there's a little bit of a print line. So this wouldn't gem either, but that's perfectly fine. I don't know if I'm ever going to grade some of this stuff. This is personal collection stuff as much as anything. But a cool card, even if it's not the most aesthetically pleasing card. I hate green parallels. I hate them because I think green goes with so few colors, and I think there's only a few teams in professional sports where you would get a color match. It'd be like the Jets, maybe the Packers, the Celtics, and that's pretty much it. And nobody wants Jets cards. They shouldn't want Jets cards because the Jets are terrible, and they always will be. You can tell I'm a long-suffering Jets fan, but the LaMelo green prism. And the last thing I have ungraded here, back to Topps Baseball. This is Shohei Ohtani image variation. I love Topps image variations. I think that is the workaround for the prevalence of Topps base. If you want to get Topps products and you want them to hold value, the base stuff isn't going to hold value because it's produced so heavily. But the image variations and the SPs, I think, are kind of where it's at. I've been trying to buy up the rookie variations, the rookie SPs, best I can. This one I pulled. This isn't a rookie, obviously, but it was a really cool card to pull. It kind of got me hooked on Topps SPs. I started buying up a bunch of them. But this one I pulled myself. I pulled Luis Robert as well. But Shohei Ohtani is my favorite player in Major League Baseball. And he was my favorite player before he had this unbelievable year. So I was really, really happy to pull this thing. I went out and bought one of his Topps SP rookie cards too, which hopefully he keeps going the way he's going. Will be a really, really nice card to have here in a few years. And then if you're one of the 5 people who watched the first video I did on my SGC order, you already saw this. This is a Justin Herbert Select Signatures rookie. Beautiful card. Just an awesome card, I think. It's not numbered or anything like that, so it's not as heavy a hitter as some of the other stuff you'll see out there from Select. He had a lot of autos in that product. I pulled this out of a mega box, sent it into SGC, got a 10 on the auto and a 9.5 on the card. I don't know what the difference between the 10 and the 9.5 was on this, but it's a sticker auto, not numbered. I don't care. It's awesome. This is one of my favorite cards ever because it's just a really, really nice card. And then the other card, you also saw this if you're one of those 5 people who watched that first video. I did. This guy's not really a star or anything like that, but this is the lowest number card I've pulled. It's Nick Pope. He's a goalkeeper for somebody over there. Got a 10 from SGC. It's numbered to 3, I believe. So this is the lowest numbered card I've ever pulled. I pulled a Paul Goldschmidt relic from a Topps jumbo box years ago, numbered to 6. I pulled the Asuka from the WWE box, numbered to 5, and I've pulled this numbered to 3. I've never gotten a 1 of 1, and I'll be astonished if I ever do because I'm just pulling stuff out of retail here. I don't know if this guy's any good. I don't know what this would do on the soccer market, but I think any card this scarce is pretty cool. So that's pretty much it. I hope this video wasn't too boring. I just figured I would show you some cool stuff from this past year. So I appreciate everybody watching. If you did, and if you would be so kind and wouldn't mind subscribing, if it's all the same to you, please feel free. I don't know what I'm going to do from a video perspective moving forward. I know there's a lot of people out there creating content in the card space, but I'm trying to be one of them. So if you like this video, you like the first video, feel free to subscribe and follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at the crackslab.com and read the stuff I put on there, obviously. So thanks, everybody.